I wanted to respond to this comment not because I have anything to say to the comment in particular. The comment is civics is something lost on liberals. Says the party cheering on a guy who just signed an executive order to alter the Constitution, which isn't a thing. The reason why I wanted to pull this particular comment out is to spot the racism in this guy's account. You guys got to see this. So his account is called Kamala's Knee Pads. You can see the bio says Trump 2024, liberalism is a disease. So now let's take a look at some of the content. We have this cartoon caricature of a black man with huge lips and big ears in a tank top, and it says Martin Luther King with TVs and phones and Nike shoes and whatnot around him. You can see where this is going to go, right? We have this young man who is obviously suffering from an ailment that causes, I forget what that ailment is called, alopecia or whatever it's called, where you are partially the skin color that you are, which is obviously in this case black, and partially almost albino. And you can see here what he says: when you haven't stolen anything for a week. In other words, the little black boy is turning into a little white boy because he hasn't stolen anything for a week. Doesn't even try to hide the racism at this point. Of course, he's a backer of Donald Trump because that's his base. He also posted this one. Okay, we tried women's suffrage and discovered that their primary political concern is killing their own babies. Can we finally call this experiment failed and move on? So not only is he racist, he doesn't think that women should have the right to vote. How about this one? If food stamps had a commercial, a pregnant tattooed black woman eating all of the stereotypical crap. It says, down here at the bottom, typical EBT Democrat. Never minding the fact that it's red states that have the highest welfare participation rate. That doesn't fit his racist narrative. You guys can go ahead and read this one. Shows even more of his racism. And then, of course, this one. An image of an all-white neighborhood with a black face screaming down on it from the sky like a meteor. Nice neighborhood you have there. A shame if anything happened to it. This is what the other side is. This is what the other side emboldens. This is what bubbles to the surface when scum like Trump and the MAGA crowd get in control, get to the ascension of power. People like this feel emboldened to go out and publicly say things like this. Now, don't get me wrong. He's not emboldened enough to actually show himself or put his name and face behind his words. No. He's too much of a fucking coward for that. But he sure is emboldened enough to put it out on a platform where 170 million Americans are active every single day. See, it's faux bravado. There's no actual bravery in what he does. There's no actual substance in what he does because he's a ballless coward. If he had any testicular fortitude, he would be standing up with his full chest, his name and his face standing behind all of his posts. But much like the cowards back in the day who had to cover their faces with white hoods, he just covers his with anonymity.